yeah, would like to actually be able to successfully snowshoe. I just got my nails done. The last time I'd gotten them done was probably, it was like a day or two before Christmas. Let me turn this car on. It is so cold. I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing a skirt, but like no leggings or anything like that. So yeah, the last time I got them done was just before Christmas. So it's the 15th, so it's about 3 weeks, which is excellent and perfect. I get the gel. I get the gel because I am not very kind to my hands. I really need something that's like sturdy. Going into this appointment really wanting like a pink, a sparkle, like something Valentine's-y, but I don't know, when I was looking at them, I was like, I really just want to do red again. So I don't know if they pick up on camera. This is more of like a wine, like just a slightly darker, less vibrant, festive red than what I had before, but I like it. I'm very excited. One of my goals for the year is to have my nails done and really take care of and invest in like just keeping them done. I just feel better. I feel like they look better in photos and pictures and definitely feel more professional, but I will probably need another mani-pedi before Valentine's Day, and that will be when I whip out like that'll be when I pick like a pale pink or a sparkly pink or something like romantic, lightly springy. Very happy and excited about that. So I'm gonna go pick up lunch, and then I have to do so much stuff. I just got back from my trip yesterday. I'm gearing up for another one. So let me go pick up some lunch and get the day rocking and rolling. Dark it is in here. I have a kitchen light on. I have this light on. Do you see how just like dark it can be in here? Which is why I'm always hesitant to take down the Christmas decorations. But it is time. So a lot of my lights have like burnt out, which is disappointing. I do want to restring maybe some white lights over this section to kind of make it more cozy. I am going to miss the tree. I probably won't be taking down the tree today. I might take the birds out, but usually I'll leave a bare tree, and by bare I just mean like the tree and the lights up for a little bit. And I'm really only dedicating like an hour to this clean. I spent this morning trip planning, editing some photos. Yeah, I just feel like every week I come back, I unpack, and I plan the next thing. But I am really excited for this weekend trip. It's Martin Luther King weekend, so it's like an extended, we're doing like Portland and the Columbia River Gorge. I was hoping it was going to be more snowy. It looks like it's going to be a very like bright and sunny trip, which is easier navigation wise to deal with, but I don't know, it's worrisome with how bright and sunny things have been in this January for wildfires in the future and global warming and all that. But also I was just really hoping for like a snowy cabin. Maybe there'll be snow on the ground. I don't know. It's going to be like a very fun, relaxing trip. It's a beautiful part of the country. It just might not be this like winter wonderland. But if not, winter wonderland stuff. But if not, winter wonderland stuff will be my next weekend's trip. morning, Seattle. It's a Monday morning. It has been uncharacteristically bright and sunny and dry this January, which has been quite beautiful for the scenery aspect of it. You know, beautiful days that are cold but still like bright and gorgeous, but you know, it is worrisome with like fire season. I bring up the weather to talk about how in the wintertime, sunrises and sunsets are easier to get to, at least for me, because sunrises are later in the morning and sunsets are earlier in the evening. So I feel like I have less time conflicts. Last week I really wanted to come out and do a sunrise shoot, but I didn't. And this morning I just woke up at like 5:30 and I was like, perfect, like, let's go, let's do this. There is a massive barge in the bay. I'm in West Seattle. I wanted to get a nice skyline with the mountains in the back, and I kind of can from this upper park, but I don't know if there's a way to get the mountains in the back that's not using like a drone or somebody's house or something like that, or if that's even like possible. But there's a big barge in the bay and that can't be avoided. So I just need to keep going out and shooting more and more. Yeah, and I came out here because I thought the sun would rise from behind the skyline. I'm not sure if it does that in the summertime. The sun rose way south, which wasn't really like the best for photos, but being out on an early quiet morning, just the seagulls and the seals just hollering in the bay, was really delightful, and a reminder that like, need to bring my camera everywhere, need to do more polar plunges, sunrises, sunsets, yeah.
With some of the Arab nations and build housing in a different location where they can maybe live in peace.
So part of what we saw with the...
Ugh, gosh. Tough times out there, tough times. Everything is on fire. I need to perk up. We need to be positive. I have like the driest upper lip. It is so bizarre. All right, I just want to put my hair back and I will deal with this later. So no sunset shoot this evening because I forgot I have plans. A couple of friends of mine talked about a tea making class and they raved it. The place is called Friday Afternoon in Wallingford. So I got that as a Christmas gift for my husband. So we are doing a 2-hour tea making class. There are several different types of ones. I think there's like a chai one, which would be really good. I believe this is just like a general tea beginner intro type one, which would be perfect. Perfect to start off. And yes, from what I've heard, my friend said that the instructor is very, very informative. So I am excited for something light, fun, educational. But yeah, I thought I would get ready. I am feeling a bit sluggish, but still productive. It's not February yet, but I did go ahead and write out all of my February tasks and try and get ahead on some like scheduling. I am in this weird limbo of having several trips that I need to plan and just kind of things that I have to coordinate with people. Speaking of, I'm trying to get some folks together so I can purchase some tickets. I have to be patient. The work day is not over yet, so I have to let the people work their 9 to 5s. I know I'll feel better once I have more of my calendar booked out for all of the things that I want to do. But yeah, so this weekend went up to Vancouver for my friend's birthday. We surprised her with reservations at this very, very tiny but very wonderful Italian restaurant called Ask for Luigi. Really cute ambiance, and I got a white ragu, a ragu blanco, and I had never heard of that before, so I was pleasantly surprised. So it's, instead of being tomato based, which is a type of ragu that I'm just not really into, this one was mascarpone and like caramelized onions, so it was much more of like a creamy experience with some braised beef. Oh my goodness, would love to try and make some braised beef at home using the crock pot. I think it would be very easy. I think it would be very obtainable. But speaking of the crock pot, tomorrow we are getting our new oven delivered. We had a guy come in and check it and he said, yeah, it is all blown. You guys will need a new one. And we've been without an oven and without a microwave for about 3 weeks. and we eat a lot of pizza in my house. So we've definitely been missing that. We've been very successfully living off of the air fryer, the crock pot, toaster, and we bought a hot plate. The hot plate is probably the thing we use the least. Yeah, it's quite, I don't know. It takes forever. It smells weird. It's not my favorite. I'll be looking forward to having like a proper stove again. But yeah, otherwise in Vancouver, it was a bit of walking around, really bright, sunny, beautiful. Had dinner and then headed to the Airbnb. We got an Airbnb in one of the like suburbs of Vancouver on the east side because we wanted to go snowshoeing at Artist Point outside of like Glacier, Washington, Mount Baker area. And instead of driving back down and then driving another 3 hours back up, we were like, we're already this far north, let's do that. And that worked out perfectly. We had a super, super bright and sunny day to the point where like the trees lower down on the mountain had more snow on them than the top just because it'd been melting so much. This was my first time using snowshoes. I think I may have tightened them incorrectly or whatnot. I was having a real time fiddling with them out on the snow to the point where I think they might be broken because I wasn't able to unclasp them. It was really magical to be like out and about in the snow and in winter. I'm really happy that I've been embracing more of winter this year, though to be fair, it has been a very easy winter to do so because of how bright and sunny it has been this January. So yeah, I don't know who we thought we were. We wanted to hike all the way up to Artist Point, which is a total round trip of 4 miles and 1,000 elevation gain, which at this point in time, 1,000 elevation gain over a distance like that is doable for me, but still quite difficult. I don't know how I thought I was going to do this in the snowshoes. Time-wise, I don't know how I thought I would be able to run up this mountain, but we definitely did a good chunk of exploring. I really love that part of Washington. I went there in the fall. I have a whole video about it. I can link that down below. Not a good place to see larches, but a beautiful place to see some fall colors and have some hikes. We've talked about doing some summer hikes. We'll have to come back to the region. And yeah, would like to actually be able to successfully snowshoe. So yeah, that was last weekend. Really embracing winter to the best that we can in the sunshine, even though it is very foreboding, troublesome, worrisome. Tomorrow I am helping a friend move. Wednesday's the last sunny day of the week before we start getting into, you know, some more proper clouds and rain and snow. So I've been wanting to go up to Everett to one of the island parks up there. I think it might be really fun to go up in the morning, walk around, get some steps in, maybe go to a coffee shop or something. I haven't really checked out Everett that much. I'm not sure how much there is to like do. It might be nice to, oh God, I hate it. But yeah, so I'm hoping Wednesday to get out for a little bit, maybe just in the morning, do the Everett Park that I wanted to check out and maybe go downtown, have a cute coffee. Just keeping it light. Thursday, I'll be seeing my dad in Tacoma. I haven't seen him in a while just with all of the traveling that I've been doing this month and just like the go. Really need to carve out some time to see him, and he wants help with his garage, so happy to do that. I think this weekend I have a birthday party and Pilates, so should be kind of like a delightfully busy week. And yeah, I'll just bring you guys along for whatever fun events or things I get wrapped up into. So with that, off to tea making class.
because they massively reduce this problem. She stressed, in addition, that there are interim steps we can push our leaders to take. If we plant trees in pollution hotspots, they will soak up a lot of the contamination and clean the air of many toxins.
Happy Sunday. I'm hoping to finish today. This book is long for no reason. Stolen Focus by Johann Hari. One of the podcasts that I listen to is called Bad on Paper, and they do book club episodes. And this is their pick for their nonfiction for January. So it sounded like an interesting concept. Stolen focus being about like attention and, you know, a very common popular topic. The thing that really got me interested into reading this is I find the Bad on Paper podcast to be very, easygoing, not like pushing hard topics or ideas. So when they said that this author is controversial, and if you want to like call in to be on the podcast, like leave a voicemail talking about your opinions on the author. And that intrigued me. So I started listening to this, and I was hoping it's kind of was sold to me as like half memoir, half nonfiction about the author who goes to like a quiet town in Cape Cod and does not use his phone or the internet for a summer, and talking about how that reignites his ability to focus. I started reading this. Certain parts I'm finding very fascinating. I'm finding a lot of the stuff to be like, yes, like we all kind of know this, and maybe adding just a little bit more detail to, you know, sleep deprivation and how that affects our mood and attention and our abilities to like work. Humans are not as good as multitasking as we would hope for. And also talking about how the internet is devised for quick dopamine task switching, which I think is kind of been the most interesting part, along with deep work. I'm finding myself wanting to be better at deep work. I feel like I am constantly being pulled to like 30 different things, especially when I'm at home working. I have like a massive task list, and there's also chores and planning, and my phone is constantly buzzing with, people updates, what's this plan, or here's this TikTok I saw, or can you help me with this, or here's what's going on in the news. God forbid, this is a very like extreme news time. So I feel like I'm not a good friend if I'm not constantly, I feel like to be a good friend is to give those things attention, but I'm being pulled away from my deep work or my more harder projects. I feel like I'm just going on a diatribe. But anyway, so I've been thinking a lot about those ideas, though I do feel like I am surprised that the book was published in 2022 and he started writing this in 2018, because I feel like a lot of the concepts in this are really old, and he kind of unveils these like mind-blowing ideas or concepts or studies or whatnot as kind of these like, whoa, nobody knows about this. And it just feels like somebody who's really out of touch. I don't know. I was very surprised to hear that it was written this recently, when it really feels like, what's a nice way to put it? Like your old uncle who doesn't know how the internet works talking to you in 2010. Like, we know about algorithms, we know about rage baiting, and we know about sleep. He mentions that sleep is a new field and we don't really know what sleep does. And it's like, well, we do know what sleep does. It's like, it's housekeeping and house cleaning for your brain. It's not this like passive, unconscious, nothing's going on state. And he does talk about that a little bit, but I feel like he's trying to like drop a bomb of like, whoa. So to talk about the controversial part of this, I looked it up about halfway through my readings. So I already kind of was feeling these ideas about him feeling, I don't know, just out of touch, for me at least. And the reason to find out that he's controversial is, I believe, admitting to plagiarism and fabrication in some of his reporting, journalism, and books, which is, it was such a hard pill to swallow a while ago, where it was like, anybody can write a nonfiction book, like there's no vetting process, it's all done based off of the author. Anybody can write a nonfiction book, and not all of them are like hard supported science. So with that tidbit, it has kind of colored me in another way listening to this book. I don't know. I did not mean to go on a book review for that. I'm very ready for this to be done. It's been a 10-hour book. Yeah, I don't know. Very excited to finish it. Anyway, I came on here to do some skincare. I am having a very relaxing Sunday, but my skin is very dry and I wanted to do like a very hydrating skincare routine. I wash my face in the sink, and I'm going to start off with two of my favorite kind of serums. So I have the CosRx 6 Peptide Skin Booster with hyaluronic acid and other skin evening hydrating ingredients, as well as the Snail Mucin from CosRx. I don't know if I'll repurchase the Peptide Booster. It really isn't as exciting and like noticeable as the Snail Mucin has been for me, which has kind of been my star product for the past couple of years. And I always say that when I travel and don't pack it, I miss it, especially for like long times without it. I just feel like it helps with my acne. It is very hydrating and puffs up some of that like crepiness, the little bit of crepey wrinklage that I got going on. So yeah, it has been really nice to have kind of a more relaxed weekend. This has kind of been the first one of the year for me. I've had Vegas and then Bainbridge Island and hiking, was in Portland and then Vancouver. So this has been the weekend that I've been home. It has been finally kind of cold and a little snowy. So it kind of also feels like you're allowed to stay at home and be cozy, because when the sun's out, you're like, gotta go. This is a new product for me. My friend heard about this on TikTok, and so we got a 2-pack from Costco, which at the time of purchasing and at the time of filming, the workers at Costco have not officially started striking yet. So this was purchased before that. So yeah, Madagascar Centinella Ampule. I believe this is another kind of hydrating, calming toner. And I have a little bit of breakout here, which is always so fabulous, but I think this is my third time using it. It's a very brand new bottle for me, so I like the way it feels. We'll see if I have any improvements with it. And then another thing that I got from Costco was a 2-pack of the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Water Cream. This is one of my favorite day moisturizers and style of moisturizers. I just really love something thin and juicy like this. I of course like a thicker night cream, but just love how instantly like refreshing this is. I haven't purchased this in a while, so when I saw it at Costco for a really good price for a 2-pack, I was like, you're coming home with me. I didn't film as much as I thought I was going to or wanted to this week. It just wasn't as aesthetic as I was hoping. But yes, Monday night I did go to the tea making class. I'm actually drinking my husband's tea that he made. He made a cinnamon based one with some other warming spices. So it's been very cozy this morning on this kind of darker, colder, snowy day. Oh, very fun. My goal was to do like a fruity garden type of idea, like spring, sunshine, fresh blooms. So I have a very light, fruity white tea called Paimutan, I believe. I wrote it down. As well as some dried fruits, jasmine buds, which were so lovely, and a peach extract spray in it that really kind of helped with a little bit of, I made it too bitter at first. So that really sweetened it up, juiced it up, made it much, much more fruity. So that will be a sunny March tea, definitely. I was just in a very like bright and springy mood, but really enjoyed the class. I'll link it down below. In Wallingford, it's the owner of the tea shop Friday afternoon. She is so knowledgeable on tea. There was so much information and such a passion in what she was describing and talking about, and it was really fun to listen and ask questions about tea. It was very, very informative. And then once you actually got to the tea blending process, so many options. It was almost overwhelming. And she was really helpful in guiding you. Like you'd go up, you would ask about certain things that you'd want. So when I was like, I think this is too bitter, and she's like, let's add the peach extract. And I was like, perfect. So definitely would recommend. It's really nice to have some tea. And then besides that, I think I talked about going to Everett. I did not. The day that I was going to was so foggy, so I'll go another time. And then last night I had a birthday party, and today the things that I'd like to do is go grocery shopping. We're gonna go pick up a pizza because we now have an oven, which has just been so changing. So I feel free again now that I have an oven and a stove. I think I'm gonna do it and just add a little bit of this Barrier Bounce Oil Skin Hydrator. Like I said, I just really wanna feel juicy again today. This stuff I think I prefer to wear at night because it is kind of, I don't know, sticky. So yeah, want to go grocery shopping, pick up a pizza, get ahead with grocery shopping and whatnot for the week. And then I have Pilates in the evening. This was supposed to be a thing I was doing with my friends, but both of my friends canceled. So it'll just be me, which is fine. It's a studio I like, and it'll be a good routine. So I hope I don't kill myself at Pilates because it is quite difficult for me, but it'll be good to get in the habit. I really want to try to do a like weekly Pilates, like to really dedicate to like a day or time. I'm really just looking for community, or yeah, I think I'm just really looking for community. And the difficult part with community is consistency. And with how much that I travel and how many new different things that I'm doing all the time, it's really difficult to commit to consistency. A couple weeks ago, I went to a Pilates class and it was in the evening and it was just full of all these like wonderful gals, and I just was really thinking like, you know, I should try and come more often and really show up, be present in my community in Seattle. And I don't know if I'm trying to make I don't think I'm really trying to make new friends. It's a really odd desire. I mean, of course, I'm very open to new friends, but I think I'm just really wanting, I don't know, to feel even more connected with the city I live in. I think that's what I'm craving. I don't know, I've been thinking about this over the past couple months. I think the rooftop parties that I was going to in the summer were a part of this. Like, I wasn't really looking for like a new best friend or like another person to travel the world with, and you know, but I was looking for, I don't know why it feels shitty to say like I was looking for acquaintances, but I do think in terms of like our social needs and desires, like there are multiple layers that need to be fulfilled, like romantic partners, family, close friends, general friends, acquaintances, co-workers, people that you just see when you go to your local grocery store, your mailman, you know, just being part of a scene also. That's why I thought like being a part of those rooftops was like kind of being a part of a scene, and I don't know what I'm hoping for. This is like another weird long-winded topic about community. But yeah, I'm going to go to the store, get a pizza, and then just, yeah, enjoy this cold Sunday and then go to Pilates.
Oh, you guys.